Hello, it's Steve and Ziggy back here again. It's been quite a long time since we had an update. I'm really sorry about the sound. We did buy some microphones, but we can't seem to get them to work. We're just going to update you. I'm going to let Steve talk about his treatment and how it went and how it made him feel.
Yes, right. Well, it's Sunday the 5th of February. Just before Christmas. Was just before Christmas? Was it just after Christmas? I think it was the 3rd of January. I began a 5-session course at the Bristol Royal Infirmary using a radiotherapy treatment called Sabre. That involves one's therapy session, a day off, and then another, and then another. And yes, it just goes like that. The actual treatment itself wasn't too bad. There was a little bit of soreness on the entrance of the beam path. Apart from that, you're prepared before you go in and you're given anti-sickness drugs and all that. And just apart from the physical position you have to get yourself into and maintain, it was a fairly painless process. It was absolutely fine. We do have some images of that we can show you. The team there were quite happy to take photographs of me in position and on the machine. So yeah, that's something interesting we can show you. There is no results at the moment. You have to wait a period of time for the scarring to heal. I think it's about 6 to 8 weeks, and then they'll call you in, have another scan to see how successful it was, and then report back. My consultant is very optimistic, and even on some paperwork, they were happy to acknowledge that I will survive for at least a year, and that there's no end date to that. He's a very confident man, and I've no reason to disbelieve him. General health wise, I feel fine. I appear to have got a little bit more energy from somewhere. I'm a little bit more focused and precise, I think, on certain things. I don't know or not whether it's obvious, but since the start of the treatment, I've managed to shed 2 stone, probably as a combination of being a little bit on the poorly side, and of course the carnivore diet, which I think plays a great part in this. So I've lost about 2 stone since the start of the treatment, and at work I went back to work last week. I have treated myself to only working a 4-day week, so I can, just stop energy waste where it's not needed. And Ziggy here has stepped up, and she's doing an extra day to sort of compensate for my idleness. So the keto regime, I think, is doing quite well.
Carnivore.
The carnivore. Oh dear, not keto. That's nasty things. And it's good food. Good tip if you're on the carnivore diet is to visit your localist butcher. We're lucky we have a butcher, an independent butcher, about a quarter of a mile down the road, so it's only a brisk stroll, and he will do cuts to whatever you like, in as far as having my own sausages made, omitting all fillers and rusk, and just asking for 100% pork shoulder, a little bit of salt and pepper with natural pork skins. They're very reasonably priced. I think you buy a minimum of £10 in weight of sausages, and that costs £30 UK.
Cheap as sausages.
Cheap as the best sausages, which they are, because they're 100% pure pork. Very high fat content, you can see through the skin, and they're absolutely delicious. The local farm shop where we get our free range eggs, we've upped our pickup to around about 2 trays a fortnight. They also have in their fridge some cheese, which you weren't particularly keen on.
Oh no, that was like eating the devil's toenails. That was disgusting.
It was an extra mature, very high quality still, like feeding strawberries. And their own sourced bacon from a farm which they can stick up for. We found also our local butcher does a good quality stewing steak, which we've popped into the slow cooker. And
oh my god, yeah, that is so good.
And it falls apart, and the juice forms a delicious gravy, which is obviously almost 100% coming from the actual meat itself. And that was cooked up, put into containers, into the freezer. So we got a nice supply of that.
I've been eating mostly eggs because I got a bit fed up with meat. So I can eat anywhere between 4 and 8 eggs a day. And then I'll have a little bit of cheese and some butter for my supper. But I'm still look forward to omelettes every single day. And I have some meat every now and again. It was my birthday yesterday. And the Hobbit bought me some delicious, what was it, sirloin?
Yes.
Delicious, a chunk of sirloin like this and a little extra bit. And it was cooked so beautifully that I ate the whole lot. But normally when I'm cooking meat, I find it very difficult to get it tender. So it's the chewing that puts me off. So obviously with an omelette, there's not much chewing going on. So I quite like that. But if the meat's really tender, I'm more than happy to eat it.
I just remember it was fillet.
It was fillet.
Yeah. There, for those who know, fillet steak. I just went in there and asked our butcher, what's the best steak you have? Because it's a birthday. I treated it. You don't get much. And yes,
I cooked it in loads and loads of butter. So and I drank all the butter and the meat juice afterwards, and it was absolutely delicious.
Well, it should be. I mean, it's a very good job. I've got a nice stable heart and everything, because it would have fallen out when he told me how much it was. But
do you know you've just spoiled my birthday?
No, I haven't. It's gone. I can't ruin anything in the past. And yes, so
hello.
Go to see your local butcher. Oh look, we've
got the imbecile.
Yeah,
You're the imbecile, aren't you?
But he's our imbecile.
You're my imbecile, yes you
This
are.
is Chewy. We named him Chewy after Chewbacca because that's what he looked
because that.
Yes. Yeah, that's a sort of a Norfolk Terrierish thing.
He is. He's a Norfolk Terrier.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, mostly. So there you are. I've this morning I have a morning weigh-in on the scales, and I can usually gauge what it's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
From where it is there, and I think tomorrow I will weigh 10 stone and 2 pounds.
You have to remember that he's only 5 foot on a fag packet.
Yes.
So he's a chunky 10 stone.
Yes. So don't get too worried. My target, I believe I would like to get down to 10 stone. Believe it or not, in the scales, the BMI charts, the ideal weight for my height is 9.5 stone. If I got down to that weight, people would be looking to hospitalise me because I would look a little bit on the gaunt side.
But when we went back to work, everybody who saw him was telling him how well he looked. And to be fair, he's probably as well as he has been in the last 15 years. The cancer isn't affecting him at the moment. He had lots of other things, like his arthritis and goodness knows what.
That's reducing the hips. I can walk all the way into town now.
1.5 miles to town.
And back. And I only start to feel a bit sore in the hips by the time I get to that farm foods.
Yeah. How are your hands in that bad form?
Hands are okay. Fine. I don't feel that. My frozen shoulder is no longer giving me any trouble. I do a little bit of lightweight training and trying to keep fit. And the more stretchy arm exercises I do with a little bit of weight on them, and that appears to be receding. I can now put my hand behind my back, grab hold of the hand and pull it all the way through so you can see the full hand on the other side of my waist. I couldn't do that before. I would have been.
Well, you couldn't even
agony.
put your hand behind your back, could you?
No. But now I can do it really easily and with no pain. I say I can walk all the way into the town. Is that only 1.5 miles?
It's 1.5 miles into town, and strangely enough, it's also 1.5 miles back again.
When I walked to the hospital and back, that was 5 miles.
Yeah, the hospital is a lot further.
Yeah, but even there, that holds no fear for me. I'll if I want to go for a walk, I will. My ability to climb stairs is better. Before Christmas, I had horrible jabbing pains in my knee going upstairs, and I think the combination of diet and the fact that I'm getting more exercise and that I'm no longer burdened with 2 stone of extra weight has put that to bed as well. I get the occasional twinge, but I can even run up the stairs in the house now, which is something.
I thought the daughter was coming upstairs at one point, and he came in, and I was like, oh, hello. Because he was so bad that we couldn't tell the difference between my mum and him going up the stairs because they both go very slowly. But my mum's on the carnivore diet now, and she says she's finding some improvements in her arthritis and her aches and pains, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. Everything, the skin on my feet is now almost the patch of rough skin has almost disappeared. It came over a long period, rapidly snowballing into a right mess, and has taken a bit of time to recede. But I'm seeing the light at the end of that tunnel now. I still look after them and rub the lotions into soft skin and everything. But
put the lotion in the basket.
Yes, it rubs the lotion. Anyway, that's better. Things I haven't seen any improvement with. My tinnitus is still there. That's a bit of a pain.
Your bobble's still there.
My bobble's still there.
I don't know if that's worse or just the same.
It's just about the same.
It looks a bit smaller. I'll have to do a comparison photo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right.
I could jab it with a needle and burst it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
I could slice it open and pop it out and then sew you back up again.
Yes, you could do that. Yes.
Thank you.
So, that's about it. Treatment's done. We're gone. We just now play the waiting game. I've been applying myself to a lot of things that I normally would do the ostrich on, like getting all my pensions sorted out. I've sorted out all the paperwork and everything for my state pension. I've been on to private pension companies, and I've even found a pension that I had forgotten it existed. And we're hoping, we're going to be treating ourselves to a newer car, because obviously we're both back at work. We both have to now commute 30 miles. Our old jalopies wouldn't have lasted, so stumbling across that was an absolute boon. So I've done some work on that over the past couple of weeks, and that is now all resolved. And just general being sharp and keeping on top of things as possible. Yes, I am quite happy, and I think the carnivore diet has played quite a big part in that. And of course, feeling a lot better in myself, having had the recent treatment, which everybody in the medical team is quite optimistic that it will be a success of some sort. And you just wait then for the other little ones to start chirping up in the background. But they're quite confident that if they become a bit riotous, that they'll be able to sort those out too.
So. And also, his liver's completely knackered, so it doesn't matter if they go in and get them little ones, because they can't damage it any further than it's already been damaged.
Yeah. So yes, I'm very happy. Everybody thinks that I look quite well, younger than I
think
was.
You do look younger.
And my skin started to clear up. I do use moisturisers after I shave anyway. But yes, all good from here. 10 out of 10.
not much has changed for me. I've plateaued with my weight. I don't think I weigh any less than I did the last time we did a video. I don't know why it is. I'm not being completely 100% strict, so I'm having some little calorie-free squirty stuff in my coffee sometimes. I have the odd sugar-free sweet. I sometimes have a machine coffee, which obviously the milk has got sugar in it. So I think that's probably what's going on with me and why I'm not losing. Also, I am still really lethargic. So even though I've started to remember things more, remember things that I've got to do, I'm not forgetting half as many things as I used to. Well, actually, I used to forget everything. So even though that's improved, my get up and go has not improved at all. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Mind you, having said that, I did do 6 days this week, and I went to work yesterday quite happily on a Saturday. So
it's at home, didn't it? So
it's at home.
I honestly believe, and I've suffered with this myself, it's a sort of a psychological thing that you expel all the energy at work because you have to. And then we've got the drive back, which on the local motorway can be a bit tense. And then when we eventually get back home, we open our little front door, we get behind it, close it behind us, sanctuary, relief, and then relaxation. And I do that. Doing it a little bit less, I seem to have discovered some extra punch, but it is so easy to get in your cave
and just feel like, right, I've done that important task for the day. Now I'm just going to relax.
You do. I mean, I don't do a hell of a lot more. I need to get some impetus going to finish off several projects that we've got going on around the house. There's so many things we need to do, but it's getting those needs above the desire to just relax and leave the working day behind you.
We are putting a lot of stuff. There's plenty of hours in the day to do what we need to do. So, for example, we need to do a massive tip run. We've got 2 garages that we rent, and we need to get rid of one of the garages. But that means getting rid of all the stuff in the garage. I mean, the tip run was just for the stuff around the house. So obviously we don't want to just give it away, although if it comes to that we probably will, but we want to try and sell it. But then we have to get our heads round, how are we going to sell it? Are we going to go and photograph it all, put it on Facebook? Are we going to just put on our local Facebook group that people could come round for a couple of hours and just pick through it and see if they're going to give us any money for it? And it's basically dealing with things and dealing with people. We don't really enjoy that very much, do we?
Not really. Might be nice to do a one-off close to home.
But we still have to get round to doing that. And it's just the thought of everything involved. So, you have to go down, you've got to pick through what you're going to take. You've got to load it on the van. You've got to load it off the van. If people don't buy it, you've got to load the bloody stuff back on the van, then you've got to put it back in the lockup that you can't afford. So rather than actually going and doing it and see how it turns out, we're just like, we're total ostriches, aren't we? We've got our head in the sand and we're like, oh, maybe we'll turn up one day and somebody's left £1,000 in our lockup and taken all our stuff away. Which we know isn't going to happen, but we sort of still hope for it, don't we?
We are. We've got to get the impetus to do it. And another future plan of ours is to get rid of the van, trade it in or sell it, and replace it later on in the year with a small to medium sized camper van, so that we can enjoy spontaneous trips away, and that won't cost us quite so much in accommodation. We've chatted and decided that rather than go for it too early, that when my state pension starts coming in, I can save that hopefully, and in the middle of the year we'll have enough savings to be able to go and buy a bespoke one rather than convert the van,
which we would enjoy,
Well, yes,
We do it-
you would.
Yeah, but I mean, I do enjoy a project, and that would be a project. But then I think I would also enjoy somebody turning up with a Mazda Bongo and saying, "This is all ready to go. What about this?" And I'd be like, "Oh, go on then. I'll have that."
Yes. So we've got to get Impetus going. While we've got the van, that can be loaded up with goods. And if we just pick a month, let's say May, where every Sunday we attend a car boot sale of one sort or another, and get rid of the stuff, even if it involves at the end of the shift, put in a free sign to reduce the amount we have to take away, then that would clear a garage within a couple of weeks. But we've got to accept also it may take a couple of visits rather than one.
I know what we're like. We'll just do one and then go, let's just take it to the tip.
Yeah, that's possible. But if we can get some dosh out of it, then we're going to do so. Because, and we really must get rid of everything that is going to be a problem for us to dispose of without a van. You can get a certain amount of tip stuff in the camper, and the Gestapo don't even question you.
No.
Because it's a camper. But you don't want to be lugging tip stuff around in some place that you're going to sleep in. So rather not. So once we've cleared the decks and we're down to the absolute minimum of things in the house, I'm already on a project to sell my vinyl collection, and I'm moving over to CDs.
Vinyl collection. He's only got a few. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I don't know which angle the camera's at. Oh yes, I do, because I can see from the back. Yeah, he's just got a few lying around.
It's a life's work. It's like Michelangelo, but in sound. Yes, so the vinyl collection is up for sale. Obviously, I'd like it to go all in one piece. So
the reason he's doing this is because if he carks it, he doesn't want me to have to do too much. Because obviously I'm not going to keep his vinyl collection because it's no use to me. But he is, and that's why he's doing all the pensions, so that he can sort everything out and everything's ready to go for when he.
Yeah, that's all sorted with that pension pot. We decided to take the other day so we could get ourselves a more commuter friendly car. Yes, I can make wishes within that pension so that when something happens to me, Ziggy will also get a small pension for the rest of her life. It's a reduction in the amount that you get, but the amount that it would you really increase by, it isn't worth worrying about. So it's things like that.
The reason why we haven't done a video for such a long time is that right at the beginning we were doing our usual thing. Right, we've got a problem. What we're going to do to solve it? We can do this. We can do that. We can do the other. And we went head first into trying to solve it. Obviously, we can't solve the cancer, and we can't solve when Steve's going to shuffle off his mortal coil, can we? But everything, we want to try and put everything in place for what's going to happen in the afterworld, because obviously it's going to be me who's left in the afterworld. So that's why we've been trying to sort everything out.
Yes, and put things in place. I mean, I think that at least getting the camper is very, very important, because we live in very volatile times at the moment. Rents are skyrocketing, costs are skyrocketing. People are being put out onto the streets for very little reason. People are falling into poverty incredibly quickly. And
basically, I can't afford this house without his wage.
And of course, if out there we have got a nicely appointed, reliable camper van, if the worst happens, there's somewhere to sleep. But with the records gone, I'm just collecting CDs. I do like physical media. I'm not a fan of the internet entertainment. So I think that is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going fine, particularly at the moment.
Oh, we've decided, because that's what I was trying to say earlier, but I forgot where I was going with it.
See.
So we've decided that the best plan is to carry on as though nothing's happening, apart from making those provisions for if it happens or when it happens. We've decided to carry on our lives as though it's not happening and just do what we normally do, because if we sit, we don't know how long this is going to be. So if we sit just waiting for it, then that's however many years of our lives and all the rest of your life wasted. So we're basically just going to carry on. We're not going to go to the lengths of having a bucket list, or this is something I've always wanted to do, and let's cram everything in, because we're not that sort of people, are we?
I mean, I still don't want to travel the world.
No, we won't be cramming things in, but I'm the one who always kicks your butt into going and doing stuff, aren't I? We sort of kick each other's butt into doing things around the house that need doing, but when it goes to going out and actually seeing things and doing things, it's always me who organises it, isn't it?
Yes.
Because you just rather be in your cave, wouldn't you?
But we have already booked 3 trips out this year. We've got tickets to see a band called When Rivers Meet in Bath. We've got tickets to see Simon and Garfunkel tribute.
And Jules Holland.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
So that's planned. One of my nephews is getting married in April, and that's another weekend away. So there's 4 events, or at least 1 weekend away already planned. So yes, springing back into 2024 with a new vitality.
Yeah, but to most people that are watching, booking 4 dates away in a year is like, seriously?
I can't begin to explain to you the level of torpor that we are capable of. This is an absolute milestone.
It really is, having 4 things actually booked, because normally if I decide we're going to go away for a week or 10 days, I just decide, right, I've had enough of being in the house, and then I spend a week organising it. I just say, right, go and book some time off work, we're going on holiday.
Right. Well,
but anyway,
I think that's about it. 2024, new optimism. It's a new path. I'm a new weight. I'm now into a 30 waist jeans. I did buy second-hand Levi's off the internet. These cost me £25, postage paid, 30, and they're already a bit roomy. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm a bit slinky. I think I might.
You better not lose any more weight, because all of those £150 pairs of jeans that you bought from HebTroCo won't fit you anymore. And then you'll have to go. You'll think that you have to go and buy some more in a smaller size.
I will not buy any more. I reckon
he's literally got about £4,000 worth of clothes from one company. They're all very good. They'll last him definitely last him a lifetime. But I have to lose another stone before I can get into them and take them over. So if you can hang on until I've lost another stone, I'll be very happy.
Well,
I'll stop losing weight.
What I'll do, the plateau point for me is 10 stone, which is half a stone over the BMI ideal. But that is not fact. That's a guideline. Even the nurses and doctors at the hospital, when I told them what my BMI says that I should be, just started shaking their heads going, oh, don't believe that, you are not the build.
I don't think that anybody that we're talking to on here will think that BMI is a thing, a real
it's a thing,
a real thing.
So I've gone half a stone to the good on that. So the target and the plateau is 10 stone. That is something for me to look at. It's easier for me to remember, and if I do myself once a week, so if I'm a pound over, then I can just fast a day, and if I'm a pound over, I will just eat more meat, and I think
and fat.
That's a slogan.
Eat more meat.
Eat more meat.
Yeah, that's what you.
Let's keep it simple.
That's what you say to me every night, but it hasn't worked yet, has it?
But
Anyway, on that note, bye for now.
Bye.
Lots of love.
Cheerio.